I can barely speak about this. My hands are shaking as I record this. What happened to Sarah Martinez will haunt me forever. If you're listening to this, please don't ignore the warnings I'm about to give you. Because if you get a text from someone who's supposed to be dead, don't answer it. Don't even read it. Sarah did. And now, she's gone. I knew Sarah personally. She was my neighbor, my friend. 3 weeks ago, she was laughing, alive, planning her graduation party. Now I can't even look at her empty apartment without feeling sick. Emma Rodriguez was Sarah's best friend since childhood. When Emma was found hanging in her apartment, Sarah fell apart. She kept saying something was wrong, that Emma would never, that someone made her do it. But the police wouldn't listen. They said it was suicide. Case closed. Sarah was hysterical, screaming at them that Emma was terrified of something before she died. But they just walked away. 3 days after Emma's funeral, Sarah called me at 2 a.m., sobbing so hard I could barely understand her. She kept saying, "She's texting me. Emma's texting." The first one said, "Sarah, why didn't you come to my funeral?" I felt my blood turn to ice. But then came the others. "I'm so cold here, Sarah. So cold and so alone. Why won't you help me? I need you to do something for me." Sarah was shaking, tears streaming down her face. She kept saying, "This is impossible. This is impossible." But the messages kept coming, every few minutes, all day, all night. Then came the message that changed everything. The message that signed Sarah's death warrant. "Do you remember what we buried in the woods behind the old Miller house when we were 12? Sarah went white as a sheet. She grabbed my arm so hard, she left bruises and whispered, 'Nobody knows about that. Nobody.' Sarah told me about the diary. Emma's diary from when they were kids. They'd buried it in the woods after Emma wrote something terrible about Katie Miller. Katie Miller was the little girl who disappeared 15 years ago. 7 years old, never found. Sarah said Emma had witnessed something horrible, something that made her sick with fear even as a child. Against my desperate pleas, Sarah decided to go to those woods. She said the messages were getting worse, more demanding. Find the diary, tell them the truth, before he kills again. I begged her not to go. I had this horrible feeling that something was watching us, waiting. But Sarah was beyond reason. She was terrified but determined. The messages came faster as she drove to the woods. "You're getting closer. I can see you. Don't look behind you. Hurry, before he finds you." That last message, "before he finds you," we should have realized. Someone was hunting Sarah. Sarah found the diary buried under that old oak tree. When she opened it, she called me, sobbing hysterically. She could barely speak through her terror. Emma had seen Detective James Miller murder his own daughter. Katie had threatened to tell her mother about the abuse, and he killed her in a rage. A 7-year-old girl. But Emma saw everything. She was hiding in the woods, 12 years old, watching a police detective bury his daughter's body. She was so terrified, she never told anyone except in that diary. While Sarah was reading this to me, I heard something in the background. Footsteps, heavy boots crushing leaves. Sarah whispered, "Someone's here. Oh God, someone's coming." Then her phone rang. Emma's number. "Sarah, run. He's behind you. He killed me when I finally decided to speak. Don't let him kill you too." I heard Sarah running, crashing through the woods. I was screaming into the phone, telling her to get to her car. But then I heard his voice. "You shouldn't have dug that up, girl. Now you know too much." The line went dead. I called 911, but it was too late. It was already too late. They found Sarah's body at the bottom of Miller's ravine. Detective Miller himself led the investigation. He ruled it an accidental death, said she must have fallen in the dark. But I knew he had killed her, just like he killed Emma, just like he killed his own daughter 15 years ago. I was terrified to speak up. Who would believe me? Miller was a respected detective. I was just a traumatized friend with a crazy story about messages from dead people. But then, 3 days after Sarah's funeral, I got a text message. From Sarah's phone. "It's me. I'm with Emma now. We're not alone here. There are others. Other girls he killed. Other families he destroyed. Check my laptop. Share the evidence. Don't let him kill again." I found Sarah's laptop hidden in her room. Emma had recorded a confession before she died. She had photos, evidence, everything needed to expose Miller. Miller was arrested. The evidence was overwhelming. But here's what terrifies me most. I still get messages. From Sarah, from Emma, from Katie Miller. They say Miller wasn't working alone. There are others.